Hey there, brand builders. Liz Nolly Tillman here, and welcome to My Secret Sauce, where I share tips, tricks, and success strategies designed to help you build your brand, be yourself, and win in business. What would you do if you could not fail? So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about a really important question to consider for anyone looking to market themselves in a way that's true to who they really are. In other words, you want to engage in authentic marketing, right? And that's the key to building long-lasting, deep relationships with the people that you want to do business with, whether those are colleagues, a new boss, if you want to look for a new job, or if you're in business for yourself, the customers and clients that you're looking to serve. You have to be true to yourself in order to do that, right? Because in today's marketplace, the people that we want to do business with are more savvy than ever. So, excuse my expression, but the BSO meters go off like this, like they go crazy when you're just not being authentic, right? And true to yourself. That comes shining through. So that's why I spend a lot of time talking to the entrepreneurs and professionals that I work with about their purpose. Because it's the key to building a brand, being true to yourself, and winning in business. So here's a question that I always like to start with, and that is, what would you do if you could not fail? Yes, what would you do if you could not fail? A couple of weeks ago, my husband and I were in a car dealership together. I know, I'm just stay with me. I was in a car dealership with my husband, and there were two cars. One I really liked, and it was a practical choice. It was within the budget. It was actually under budget. It was fully featured. It's the perfect car. And then the salesman showed us the car next to it, which was even, I don't know, it was like this next level car, right? And the thing that I liked about it was a little bit more than we were looking to spend, but still within our budget. But it was a souped up, hyped up, zhuzhed up version of the car that I liked, that I felt was the more practical choice. But it was kind of like, for a few more dollars, I can get a real like super souped up car and get a killer, and I mean a killer deal on it for just about equal money, just a few dollars more. So it presented me, because we were in the market for a car for me, even though we were both involved in the decision-making process, with a dilemma. And I kept going back and forth. Do I leave this killer deal and my souped up ride on the table, or do I go with the more practical choice? And I kept going back and forth, until the salesperson asked me a version of the same question that I asked at the beginning of this video. He asked me, if both cars were free, all money being equal, both cars cost exactly the same thing, or heck, pretend that they were both free, which one would you buy? So I paused and I said, well, that's easy. I'd buy this car over here. He said, okay, let's take the other car totally off the table. And that's how I was able to make the decision that was right for me, because I was getting caught up in all this mental gymnastics around cost and value and price and blah, 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 blah. And he said, you know what, all else being equal, if both cars were free, which one would you take? And sometimes in our purpose journeys, right, and we have to kind of ask ourselves a version of the same question. That's why this purpose prompt, that I like to call them purpose prompts, this question that I often ask the entrepreneurs and professionals that I work with, what would you do if you could not fail? If all the risk was taken away, right? If all of the considerations, if everything else was equal and you knew you could crush it, you knew you couldn't fail at all, what would you do? Because that's exactly what the sales rep did for me to help me make the best decision about the car that was right for me. Now, my husband would have answered that question a completely different way than I did, right? But we weren't there for him. We were there buying a car for me, so we wound up getting the best car for me. This purpose prompt, what would you do if you could not fail? If you knew that you were going to be the Michael Jordan of whatever it was you wanted to do in your business or in your career, what would that look like? Forget about any limitations in terms of training, education, where you currently are in life, salary, coworkers, forget about all the limitations that we put on ourselves, right? Oh, I'm not qualified enough. Oh, I don't have the education and the training for that. Oh, I would love to do that, but I wouldn't make enough money. I would do that if, I would do that, but. Takes all the ifs and the buts out of the equation and just pretend for a moment that you could not fail at it, that you would be awesome at it, that you would crush it, you would kill it. What would that be? And is that what you're doing today? If not, then I strongly recommend that you get with somebody, find yourself a coach who could take you through a process of purpose identification, right? Just like the one I take my entrepreneurs and high-performing professionals through to identify your purpose so that you can then put a plan into action to live your purpose and to do that thing and make that what if a reality in your life. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you like this episode and you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook, please follow me. And if you do nothing else, head on over to liznollytillman.com and look in my freebie section for my brand new Find Your Purpose Action Planner. I just released this, and it's my step-by-step roadmap to identifying and articulating your purpose so you always know what your true north is and so you can live the life that you were meant to live. It's free, it's an instant download, and you can get it right now. Head over to liznollytillman.com, check out the freebies section, and you'll see the first item there is your Find Your Purpose Action Planner. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.